Before going into the topic details, I want to bring your attention to the UPSC coaching programs offered by ClearIAS. ClearIAS offers online and offline courses to help candidates get selected for prestigious government services like IAS, IPS, or IFS. ClearIAS, Prelims cum Mains, PCM course, provides a highly effective study plan, well-organized subject-wise videos, study materials, mock exams, and guidance to cover the entire GS syllabus of UPSC CSE Prelims, Mains, and Interview systematically. As a limited period offer, there is a 40% discount on our online courses. Enroll now.
Issues of buffer stock and food security. So what are buffer stocks? Yeah, future purpose. Basically, it is a buffer. If the demand is higher than that was expected, or if there is an unexpected problem that is happening, for example, a natural calamity, a disaster, in that case, there is a chance that there happens what? Famines. Famine, starvation could happen because we have a history of famines. Bengal famine in 1960s, 70s or something, we had a famine. All these are probable issues. So in order to fill that gap, if there is a contingency, if there is an emergency, to fill that gap, we actually maintain buffer stocks. And buffer stocks are maintained not just for contingencies. If there is some kind of reason that actually led to poor agricultural productivity or agricultural production, then also to ensure that the PDS actually goes through without any problem, or any other welfare scheme like Antyodaya Anna Yojana, it actually runs without any issue, we should ensure that there is some buffer stock. And what ensured buffer stock in India was the Green Revolution. Okay, during the 1960s, we were actually dependent, begging bowl image. This is what Bipin Chandra calls that situation of India, begging bowl. We are actually begging with the bowl to other countries for what? Food grains. From a begging bowl image to a surplus food grains nation, we actually changed. That is what Bipin Chandra calls it in his book. Okay, that is where surplus actually came into picture in terms of agriculture in India for the first time. And so far, we have had a surplus food grains with us, and we have been maintaining buffer stocks by the government at Food Corporation of India, warehouses, storage houses. And one thing I forgot to tell was, storage and warehouse issue is another issue that is plaguing the PD system. Much of the grains, much of the procured stuff are actually wasted and damaged in warehouses. This is one another issue. So earlier I said, when in terms of PDS reforms, earlier I said that you should think about the structural hold. So the PDS system, it has issues related to identification of beneficiaries, other process problems, many problems are there. In addition to that, there is other problems that are complementing to it. That is structural problem. We'll discuss that. Then, why are buffer stocks maintained? There are two purposes: for contingency, then maintaining PDS. Then there are certain buffer norms, that is operational stocks versus food security stocks. Buffer norms means a certain amount of buffer stock should always be maintained by the Food Corporation of India. That is the buffer norm. Okay, a certain minimum amount of food stock that should always be maintained by the Food Corporation of India, FCI. We have much greater than the buffer norm. Okay, and this is same as why this thing. Operational stocks versus food security stocks. Operational stocks are stocks that are actually done to ensure that the PDS system is maintained. PDS system or other welfare scheme system is maintained. Then food security stock means that any stock of food grains that are used in contingency, if there's a natural disaster, if there's a great impact on agriculture and the agricultural production actually falls, in that case, these stocks are actually used. This is part of the buffer norms. Not very important UPSC. I have not seen UPSC ask any question regarding buffer norms or something. Regarding buffer stock, there has been questions. Regarding buffer norms, no. But you can use such terms, buffer norms, use points like this. Like there has been a large quantity of food grains that are wasted in damages beyond what is prescribed in the buffer norms. That is actually a point you can write. Okay. And what are the challenges in maintaining the buffer stocks? This is an important question. What are the challenges? Storage. Storage is itself the greatest challenge. Storage facilities. First of all, the Food Corporation of India doesn't have enough storage spaces. Most of the places overcrowded, and much of the grains are getting damaged. Whatever that is procured is getting damaged. Okay. And with respect to buffer stocks, there is poverty and what? Food deficit in many areas. So that is a dual problem. On one hand, we are having a lot of food stocks wasted. On one hand, we are having people who are dying due to starvation. This gap is not being bridged. On one hand, we have a lot of food wasted in the Food Corporation of India warehouses and storage spaces. On one hand, we have enough people dying due to starvation, due to poverty and deficit food. This bridge, there is a bridge that has to fill this gap. That is not being done. So, the food that should have been delivered to these poor people, they are getting actually damaged and wasted. This is one of the other concerns. That is the structural issue. Transportation is not there enough. Better identification of beneficiaries is not done. Identification of beneficiaries is done by the government. But is it at the perfect level? No. Or is it at the best level? No. That is why such people are actually omitted or excluded from this. So such exclusion errors should be corrected. Okay. Then storage issues, transportation, diversion. Diversion is happening through the Food Corporation of India. It not just happens after it is allocated to the states. Even within the Food Corporation of India, there has been happening diversions. Look at the scale of corruption. Okay.